Get ready for the action, because we are kicking things off with a massive leap forward in Indian technology. Navida's semiconductor technology is powering Cyient Semiconductor's launch of 7 new GaN power ICs for the Indian market, creating India's very first GaN power IC family. These cutting-edge devices are designed to tackle massive power efficiency challenges across AI data centers, telecom, consumer fast charging, industrial power, and e-mobility applications, setting a new standard for high-performance semiconductors in the region.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This ALEN 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
Next up, we dive into the volatile world of major tech stocks. We look at what analog devices AI-fueled semiconductor rally and the recent analyst upgrades actually mean for shareholders. Is this the moment to jump in, or are the high expectations already priced in? We break down the fundamental data behind the AI infrastructure boom and what the near-term catalysts truly look like for this powerhouse company. Now, let's talk about global semiconductor giants and institutional investment. We examine the massive buying activity surrounding Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSM. We track how major players like Valeo Financial Advisors, LLC, and Stevens Consulting, LLC, are increasing their stakes, alongside the bullish reports from analysts, and what this signals for the future of chip manufacturing. And finally, we look at the massive future of the chip market itself. We explore the explosive forecast that the semiconductor market could double to more than $1.5 trillion by 2030, and why Taiwan Semiconductor stands out as the long-term winner. Don't miss out on this deep dive into the future of technology. Stay with us, because we have more breaking news coming up. Noi Dung Kai Tait. Hyderabad, India, Cyient Semiconductors Private Limited has officially launched its first commercial family of gallium nitride, GaN, power-integrated circuits for the Indian market, marking a significant milestone in developing the nation's domestic power semiconductor ecosystem. The new portfolio, developed using Navida's Semiconductor's advanced GaN technology, is strategically designed to tackle the escalating demand for high-efficiency, high-power density solutions across critical sectors, including AI data centers, telecommunications, consumer fast charging, industrial power systems, and e-mobility platforms. /N/, the launch leverages a strategic partnership established in December 2025. Under this agreement, Cyient Semiconductors will license Navida's proven GaN technology for deployment in India, while simultaneously serving as a second source for select Navida's devices, thereby bolstering supply chain resilience and supporting domestic manufacturing initiatives. /N, these GaN power semiconductors offer substantial advantages over traditional silicon devices, including significantly higher switching speeds, reduced conduction losses, and improved thermal efficiency, factors that enable system designers to reduce power waste, shrink component size, simplify thermal management, and boost overall system performance. /N, the initial GaN portfolio targets power applications up to 650 V, encompassing consumer USB-PD chargers, AC/DC power supplies, AI data center and telecommunications power systems, and e-mobility charging infrastructure. The first wave includes 7 highly integrated GaN power devices in easy-to-assemble DPAK packages, featuring integrated drive, control, and protection functions, along with built-in EMI management and current sensing to simplify system design and accelerate time to market. /N, Suman Narayan, CEO of Cyient Semiconductors, stated that this launch marks their entry into high-performance power semiconductors, forming the foundation for a broader GaN portfolio addressing the growing efficiency demands of AI infrastructure, industrial systems, and e-mobility. /N, Chris Alexander, President and CEO of Navida's Semiconductor, highlighted India as a key market in their high-growth strategy. emphasizing that the partnership supports the vision for a robust local supply chain and manufacturing aligned with Make in India goals. /N/N Cyient Semiconductors anticipates beginning sampling of the first set of GaN power products by June 2026. The company is focused on expanding its GaN portfolio through future partnerships with local outsourced semiconductor assembly and test (OSAT) facilities, creating a clear pathway toward indigenous value creation in the domestic market. /N/N This development follows Navitas Semiconductor's recent focus on high-power GaN and silicon carbide (CC) strategies and reinforces the company's pivot toward high-power technologies. Complementing recent internal filings, emphasizing these high-power market focuses. Stock analysis. Following the announcement, Navitas Semiconductor (NVTS) stock surged by 21.44%, reflecting strong positive market sentiment. Argus tracked a peak gain of plus 21.2% during the trading session. The stock is currently trading at $22.11, an increase that has added approximately $912 million to the company's valuation. This movement was more company-specific than a broad sector rotation, as peers showed mixed performance. The news aligns with Navitas's recent strategic focus on high-power GaN technology and the development of local supply chain enablement, contrasting with previous mixed reactions to governance changes and earnings reports. Analog Devices, or ADI, is navigating a period of heightened investor interest driven by the AI-fueled semiconductor rally and recent analyst upgrades. The core thesis for holding ADI rests on its foundational role in analog, power, and mixed-signal chips, which are considered central to AI infrastructure, data centers, and industrial end markets, despite ongoing risks from competition and market cyclicality. Analysts have raised their targets, leaning heavily on AI and data center demand as near-term supports. However, the immediate catalyst remains the late May earnings report, and investors must remain cognizant that recent market strength may have already priced in very high expectations. A key positive indicator for ADI is its consistent track record of reporting earnings and revenue ahead of expectations, coupled with guidance suggesting solid margins. This historical performance has underpinned the recent target increases. Looking toward the long term, ADI projects substantial growth, forecasting $17.6 billion in revenue and $6.2 billion in earnings by 2029, necessitating a 14.4% yearly revenue growth. However, more cautious analyst estimates for 2028 suggest lower long-term expectations for AI demand and margin strength. Investors are advised to weigh this optimism against the risk that elevated expectations could clash with any signs of softening demand. The company maintains a solid operational profile, evidenced by its global manufacturing footprint, strong balance sheet, and dividend payments. Institutional and hedge fund activity shows continued interest in Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company Limited, or TSM. Valeo Financial Advisors, LLC, increased its stake in TSM by 7% in the fourth quarter, acquiring 2,176 shares, bringing their total holding to 33,413 shares, valued at $10,154,000. Other major players have also made moves. Stevens Consulting LLC significantly boosted its holdings by 82% in the fourth quarter, acquiring 41 shares and now owning 91 shares worth $28,000. Ares Financial Consulting LLC purchased a new stake valued at $29,000, while Resources Management Corp. CTADV and Maziko LLP also established new positions in the company during the latter part of the year. Cedar Wealth Management LLC saw a substantial 91.4% increase in its holdings during the third quarter, now owning 134 shares valued at $37,000. Collectively, institutional investors own 16.51% of the stock. Analyst sentiment remains largely positive, though varied. D.A. Davidson reaffirmed a buy rating with a $450 price target, Barclays raised its target to $470 and maintained an overweight rating. Wall Street Zen upgraded the stock from hold to buy. Needham & Company LLC also raised its price target to $480 and issued a buy rating. However, Zacks Research recently downgraded the rating from strong buy to hold. Despite this divergence, the overall consensus rating from research analysts remains a buy, with an average price target of $404.29. Trading data indicates TSM stock opened at $411.05 on Monday, with a market capitalization of $2.13 trillion. The company reported strong quarterly results, posting $3.11 EPS on revenue of $30.65 billion, achieving a return on equity of 38.17% and a net margin of 46.97%. Looking ahead, TSM has disclosed a quarterly dividend of 0.9503 per share, set to be paid on July 9th, representing an annualized dividend of $3.80 with a yield of 0.9%. Furthermore, VP Borzentine acquired 1,000 shares on March 22nd, increasing their ownership by 12.42%. Company insiders hold 1.11% of the stock. TSM operates as a leading pure-play semiconductor foundry, providing wafer fabrication services across logic, mixed signal, and advanced nodes crucial for mobile, high-performance computing, and AI applications. The global semiconductor market is poised for explosive growth, with leading contract chip manufacturer Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing, TSMC, estimating the market will reach $1.5 trillion by 2030, nearly doubling spending from 2025 levels. This forecast is fueled by massive capital expenditure plans from U.S. hyperscalers, who are investing over $700 billion in new data centers, with several major players increasing their capex budgets. Amid this surge in demand, TSMC is highlighted as a key long-term investment. The company possesses a distinct competitive advantage due to its market-leading manufacturing processes and advanced packaging capabilities, which are crucial for the development of efficient AI servers. Furthermore, TSMC boasts more manufacturing capacity for the world's most advanced chips than any other entity combined. TSMC has updated its guidance, expecting full-year revenue growth to exceed 30%, although they anticipate a temporary market share loss due to rapid price increases in memory chips. However, memory specialists are building capacity expected to stabilize pricing in the future. TSMC maintains a robust long-term outlook, projecting 25% annualized revenue growth between 2024 and 2029. To meet escalating demand, TSMC is committing significant capital, expecting capex to range between $52 billion and $56 billion for the current year, with plans for even larger increases over the next 3 years to capitalize on the AI megatrend. By 2030, TSMC projects that 55% of its spending, or $825 billion, will be directed toward high-performance chips, a segment that will surpass the entire semiconductor market's current size. TSMC's strategy focuses on scaling its next-generation N2 process and iterating on its A14 process, while aggressively expanding advanced packaging to integrate logic chips, high-bandwidth memory, and optical interconnects, directly addressing bottlenecks in AI training and inference by reducing data transfer latency. While competitors like Intel are gaining traction with chiplet technology such as EMIB, this is partly due to current capacity constraints at TSMC, which is expected to alleviate as capacity expands. Investors are advised that TSMC stock remains undervalued, trading at less than 27 times forward earnings expectations, contrasting sharply with Intel's valuation of over 100 times forward earnings expectations with less certainty. Analysts anticipate TSMC's earnings per share to more than double between 2025 and 2028, positioning TSMC as a prime opportunity among chip stocks for value and certainty.